What's up, guys? Wanted to do this for you guys today and really go over a couple of things. Big message for you is really what you got to focus on, especially what's coming up, what I feel like is coming up in 2026 as we leave and exit 2025, is that you got to focus on multiplying your money. If you take a look at everything going on right now, they're getting ready to transition. I've been talking about this. They talk about Christmas, they talk about spending. We just came off of the government shutdown. What Michael, the guy from The Big Short, actually put a big short up against like Palantir. He's basically claiming the AI is overinflated as it relates to valuation is concerned. Everybody's making this big bet. JP Morgan actually had some type of fraud or some type of leak for data, and they're kind of locking things down. A lot of people are trying to pull their money out of JP Morgan as it relates to banking because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down from like 120,000 to sub 90,000 or 80,000 or whatever it is. I don't know what it is today, probably around 82. Here's the point: multiply your money. Don't get distracted by all the other stuff going on. And this is what I share with the people who follow me. You guys are my friends. You guys listen to me. And hopefully we get to do business with each other. But that's why I love real estate. If you take a look at everything that happened this past month, this past quarter, if you had invested money in real estate, your cash flow is the same, your revenue is probably the same, it probably went up. And then on top of that, the value of your real estate is slowly creeping up. Why? Because everybody's guessing that the Fed is going to lower rates come this December, which I think they will, probably another quarter of a percent. They just lowered it 50%. But here's the part about that. If you focus on your money, you can't spend other people's money. You can't spend Elon Musk's money. You can't spend Jeff Bezos' money. You can't spend Warren Buffett's money. They were talking about Warren Buffett and how he's giving all his money away. Like, you can't spend that. You got to focus on your family's money. And how do you do that? You focus on things or investing your money and putting your money in place that can multiply it. Leave all this other crap alone. I'm just being honest. I'm a real estate guy, so I like real estate. It's real, it's solid, it's proven. It doesn't have the big bangs. It doesn't have the big bang go up, but it doesn't have all the big crash coming down either, unless it's tied to the debt. And that's what I try to share with all of my investors is like debt on the property, a good piece of real estate that's cash flowing, that we can force appreciation over long periods of time is a better investment than any stock, any REIT, putting your money in mutual funds, playing the guessing game, and going into the casino and gambling. That is Wall Street. So here's what I wanted to share with you guys as it relates to the number one thing you got to do, which is focus on your money, focus on multiplying that money, is the steps to be able to do that. All wealthy entrepreneurs, business owners, investors, high income earners do this when they think about how do I multiply my money? Well, there's steps to money first. You got to win the money game. The first rule of the money game is increase your income, increase your revenue, whether that's your business income or you work your job and you're a high paid professional. Maybe you're a dentist, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you push on, you pull teeth, whatever it is that you do, or you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, maybe you own a restaurant, maybe you're a contractor, maybe you're on a HVAC company or plumbing or electrician, whatever, right? A tech, what is the other people that we deal with? People who have a marketing agency, maybe you have an insurance company or finance company, whatever. Like, they all focus on building and growing their revenue. They don't just focus on where they are. They want to focus on scale, adding new people, adding new employees, marketing, increasing their revenues. Like, that's number one of winning the money game. And when you know that and you leave this alone and you dart out there and you go get more customers, more clients, if you work a job, maybe you got a side hustle or you get a raise, like, that's the game, right? So that's number one, increase your income. So number two thing, when you're thinking about multiplying your income, is one, you need to raise your revenue. And then second, you need to focus on keeping more of what you make. That means you need to figure out how to lower your tax bill. And by lowering your tax bill, the ways to kind of do that is you're going to take your money and you're going to put it in something, whether it's your LLC. If it's in your business, you're already kind of finding ways to write off that money that you make and keep more of what you make. But for us, we always think about it like this. That is where your investments come into play. You want to invest your money in something that actually has the tax benefits, like real estate, like with us, right? So you have your tax write-offs, you got your interest write-offs, you got bonus depreciation that gets passed back to your investments from your investments to you. So you actually maybe sometimes don't spend. It could be a non-taxable situation for you to keep more of the cash flow that you make from your investments. But that's what wealthy people do as it relates to winning the money game. They focus on making more money, and then they focus on keeping more money, keeping the more of the money that they made. And then last but not least, which is kind of a part of that, is they focus on that money that they invested multiplying over long periods of time. So not only are you making money off your investments and not spending a bunch of money in taxes and losing 50, 60% of that money or 100% of it, the other piece to it is while they're working and continuously focusing on raising the revenue from their companies or their jobs or whatever, the money that they invested is multiplying. It is working harder for them than they did for it. Because let's just face it, guys, you don't create wealth. There's no one on this planet that's created wealth working an actual income job, right? Period. Like you can get rich from doing it, but you ain't going to create long lasting wealth. Why? Because if you work your job and you quit your job, the day you quit, you stop getting paid. Period. End of story. Like if you work for me at Bell Capital and you worked and let's say you had a 20-year tender, 20-year tenure. The day you die, I'm not going to pay you a salary. That's not how it works. You would have to have invested with us, and then we send your family continual investments, distributions, tax benefits. You get to pick where you want it to go. That's how that works. So if you think you're going to create wealth, generational wealth for you and your family by working, it doesn't happen. You have to put your money someplace, period, that grows for you. So that way, when you stop working, you can have generational wealth. It continues to work harder for you. I know that's an intense story, but I feel so serious about that, guys. Like that's serious for me because like I didn't know that. I didn't learn it in school. I didn't go to college. I didn't learn it when I got out of the military. When I got in trouble because I was selling, I didn't learn it then. But when I got into real estate and I started talking to people who are wealthy that had companies or were investors, I was like, oh wow, why didn't they teach this in school? Like when I was in school, you know what I learned? How to manage a checkbook. It was called budget. It was like budgeting or something like that. They don't even teach that anymore. But I don't even know. But I don't even. It was called consumer math. That's what it was called. Consumer math, basically letting you know, dude, you're a consumer. You're gonna blow all your money. Don't even sweat it. But here's how you balance your checkbook. Period. So if it's not taught in school, like I also had a job as a financial advisor, financial planner, but like we taught our customers and clients that, but even then we weren't teaching them about wealth. It was like passive, hey, invest in this product that we have. Knowing what I know now, I should have been like every one of you guys that would invest in this annuity or life insurance policy or do this budgeting to dump more money into some type of financial service product that we had at our office. I should have been helping them invest with me in my real estate. I just didn't know I could do it. But now I do, which is why I'm so like, dude, you got to learn this business. You got to learn this game. You have to become an investor. Warren Buffett is an investor, right? The main people that you see on the planet that we all read books about, he's the number one best investor on the planet. And he invests money. His company invests money. You and your family are a company. You guys are an organization, an enterprise. The true definition of economy used to mean the family household as an income. Your income, your economy, your family should be investing money in something. Your family should be an investor and you should be making investments. That's how you multiply money. So when I take a look at this stuff, I'm like, that's really what they should be talking about, not turkeys. Hey guys, as an American public or global public, or if you're not in America, you're in Canada, you're overseas in the UK, you're in Europe, you're in Africa, you're in Thailand, wherever you are on the planet, you're in the Philippines, wherever, follow me. I appreciate you guys. I got friends all over the world. Invest your money, make more money, take that money and invest it in a place where one, you can't lose it because it's protected from taxes. It doesn't get eaten away. Number two, it multiplies for you while you do nothing, while you sleep, it continues to work. And that is why I like real estate. You can do that. You can do it with us at Bell. Go to bell-capital.com. We want to have you. We're in a heavy push right now, kind of pushing on this real estate fund that we have so we can close that fund out over this next 12 months. And then while you're investing in the fund, that money's working for you and you continue on to go make more money to do what? Invest more money. At some point, my goal for every one of my investors, my shirt's weird. My goal for every one of my investors is to have at least $1 million invested with us because I know that if you have $1 million invested with us, you should be generating roughly about $5,000 a month passive income from that investment. So it may not happen overnight. You may start off with 100, you go 60,000, 200,000, 300,000, 500, 700,000, or just go a million all in, or you can go five. I don't know. But my goal for you is to have as much money working for you as possible so you can have money coming in for you and your family, whether you work or whether you don't. That is the dream, right? That is how you create wealth, massive wealth for you. All right. So I hope this helps. I hope it's not too high intense, but I wanted to do that and really share with you guys why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I want to help you as an everyday regular person, a hardworking business owner, doctor, attorney, high paid professional that has been ignored by Wall Street for thousands of years to be able to, or hundreds of years, to be able to help you get invested in the same assets they do with me, right? Whether you do it with me or not, doesn't matter, but you got to get this message down. So, number one, multiply your money, focus on making more money, focus on keeping more of what you make, and focus on your investments multiplying faster and working harder for you than you did for that money. That is how you're going to win this wealth game. All right. So, I hope that you appreciate this. Share this video, like the video, comment on the video. Don't be a hater and a hider at the same time. Give me a thumbs up. And what did you take away from this? Where are you at on that spectrum? Are you just focused on raising your revenue, but you aren't keeping more of what you make and you're not invested? Or maybe you're keeping more of what you make and your money's multiplying, but you're playing the stock market game, which now they're talking about the market and how it's up and how it's down. Like, don't play that game. You don't have to. There's other investment opportunities. There's alternative investments like real estate that actually protect your capital and you so you can focus on what you do that makes you the best of the best. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great day today. Let's get after it. Boom.